Right, hello everyone and welcome to VEDA Day 13! Yay! So, you might recognize this particular setup from last year's VEDAs. This kind of setup usually led to quite a long video. And this video is going to be a review video, VEDA thing, and you might already probably guess which thing I am going to review today. I've been staring at myself in the screen for the entire time. I really need to stop that. Okay, sorry people, I will try and watch you now. Okay, so the thing that I am going to review today is the Daredevil series that came out on Netflix last Thursday, was it? On the 10th of April. So 3 days ago. That would be Friday, actually. Well, whatever. First off, I really enjoyed it. And if that is all you need to know, then you can stop watching this video right now. But I am going to also tell you why I thought it was really good and really awesome and stuff. So, Daredevil, right? You might think, maybe not, because of a certain movie that was made with a certain actor in 2003, and let me tell you, I know it sucked, but this is so much better. So I probably should tell you what Daredevil is about if you don't already know. Daredevil is a guy who in his regular life goes by the name of Matt Murdock, and he got blinded in an accident with like radioactive stuff back when he was a kid, and he is blind, yes, but he also acquired some other kind of cool abilities from this radioactive stuff. And that means that he can actually fend quite well for himself, even though he can't actually see. And at some point before the show starts, he starts using his abilities to, at night, fight crime. That is basically the premise of the series. Also, another part of the premise of the series is the Battle of New York, as happened in the first Avengers movie. So this show is actually part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is. And I think that is super amazing cool, because you always wonder when you see these action movies or superhero movies where everything gets smashed to bits. What happens after? And this show shows you what happens after. And it ain't pretty. The show is set mostly in Hell's Kitchen, which is a fictive, I think, part of New York, and it's not a good part. There's a lot of poor people, there's a lot of crime. You probably won't want to cross the street at like midnight in there. But this is where Matt Murdock and his friend Foggy Nelson open up their law practice. Nelson and Murdock, attorneys at law, attorneys. I don't know. The tone of this show is quite a lot darker than the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I actually kind of like it, because in this universe, people die on the daily. And when you're inside this neighborhood where there is crime galore, basically, there is a lot of not good stuff going on, and you can tell, which I think is very good. It's kind of a more realistic feel in this show than, I would say, like Avengers or even the last Captain America movie, which I really like, but it's too clean, I guess, to emphasize that awfulness that was happening. And in Daredevil series, you also see the bad stuff, which I wouldn't say I enjoy, but I appreciate in the show, when you can see multiple sides of things. Another thing that adds to the realistic feel of this show is that everyone just looks normal, I guess. And I mean that in the sense that the women that are in this show don't always wear makeup, and the men don't look too pretty. When it's raining, people are dripping wet, and when they've run for a long time, there's a lot of sweat coming down their face. And when they've not slept some nights, you can tell from their faces, like that sort of thing. I mean, they're all not too pretty and not too, There's a, you know, some good looking. I mean, have you seen Charlie Cox? That dude, bro, bro, bro. Just the face and the body and oh my god, his butt though. Oh my god. Besides that, you know, it's not too like slick, which annoys the crap out of me in most series. Like this woman comes out of bed and has all of the makeup on her face. I don't know about you, but I don't go to bed in a full face of makeup. Because if I would, then the next day it would be all over my face, like mascara on my lips and stuff, and I would have all of the zits on my face. No one looks like that when they come out of bed, you know, with like their hair done and their makeup perfect, and god, so annoying. I have this like it's like my personal test for how good a series is like how much makeup the women are wearing when they go to sleep or when they wake up. And this series is like, it's like a 10. Oh god, this lighting though. Oh god. Make it stop. It is terrible. I am so sorry. I had to move downstairs because my brother was going to bed and, you know, stuff. What I also like about this show is, even though it's a superhero show, it's very realistic and also shows in the characters because even though these characters get thrown into the most, well, not ridiculous, but, you know, complicated plot lines and stuff, they still feel like actual real people and not just any comic book character that they made up for the situation. The decisions that they make and the way they look, they're not all perfect, and their decisions aren't always perfect or always super ridiculous. You know, they're actual people, and that is just so nice. Especially in, I guess, this kind of show setting. All of these characters, I love them so much for all of different reasons. You have like Matt Murdock, who's of course like the main guy. There's like a tortured past there, but it's not like man pain stuff. And then you have his friend, Foggy Nelson, who is just like a really good friend. And he is kind of a superhero in his own right because they are both attorneys and they just try to, you know, instead of making money for a big company, they decided to set up their own law practice and do good with like the abilities that they have. And that is what Poggy is trying. And he's just a generally really good friend, and you can really, the bond between them is just so nice. And then there's Karen, and Karen is, yeah. If I tell how Karen is, then you would know half of the plot, so I won't, but trust me, she's awesome. And then there's the villain. The villain, yes. What I like about this villain so much is this really, I guess, contradicting set of character traits that he has. On the one hand, he's like brutal and really cold and really violent and hard, I would say. And on the other hand, he's very emotional and, you know, very insecure. He doesn't know how to talk to people. I don't know if that's like how the actor is acting or that how he actually sounds, but he sounds, when he's speaking, like he's going to cry any minute. And at first I was like, I don't like it, but you know, when you get to see more of him, you kind of understand why he would sound like that. And he just has this like bubbling emotion in his voice all of the time, except when he snaps. And yeah, I just really like that. Also, the thing is that this villain is not just all bad. I mean, he's really trying to do good things, but just in a very bad sort of manner, which, yeah, you know, there's only like two things that I really don't like about this show, and the first one being the suit that Daredevil ends up with in the last episode, which is like the real actual suit with like the horns and stuff, because, oh, it's so stupid. Oh god, I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I mean, up until here, it's fine, but like the cowl with the horns and the eyes on them, it's just, no. Oh, and no, it shouldn't have done that. I mean, and there's this like weird like sort of hood thing on the side of his face, like pressing into his face like this, and it just looks absolutely ridiculous. I mean, no, no, no. And it's really a shame, I guess, because for the most part, um, he has this other suit which is like not as safe and stuff because it's actually like just like a slim, like a very tight fitting shirt, which honestly I don't mind. And I guess combat boots and pocketed trousers, like these, you know, outdoorsy kind of trousers which you would wear to go out at night and punch people. And he has like this um, cloth over his face like this, and you know, tied in the back so it covers half his face, and it's in black, and the shirt has red stitches, and for the rest of it it's just black, and it looks so much slicker and just, I guess, less silly, because honestly that freaking cowl is so silly. So silly. So stupid. And the other thing is that this freaking season has only 13 episodes, which I watched in 3 days because I couldn't help myself. And now it's already over, and I have to wait an entire freaking year probably for the next one. And it annoys me. I'm sad. I watched all of it, and now it's gone. And I'll probably watch it again sometime soon because, yeah. Well, that was it for today. I should start editing this thing because it's quite long already. Yeah. Okay, I hope I didn't spoil too much, I hope I didn't bore you too much, and if you made it this far, well, you're a nice person and I like your face. And also your personality. Okay, goodbye.